Hey, peace and blessings, y'all. How's everybody doing? So, I wanted to share something today, right? Some thoughts that I've been having, some stuff that I've been wrestling with mentally, right? And it finally crystallized for me today, you know, and you know, sometimes in life, you know, Spirit will show us things, right? It'll show us things about ourselves, but our egos won't allow us to, I don't want to say receive it, but really take those messages that we're being given and to apply them to our lives to kind of change things and help us move forward in the direction that we're being called to. You know, I think that, I feel that that's kind of like one of the biggest struggles for me. And I would say it's also true for a lot of people that's, you know, on a spiritual journey. Excuse me while I take a sip of my coffee. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about receiving, right? Being able to take help and assistance, how to see it when it's available to you, you know, and, you know, understand how, right, the universe is co-creating with you. The universe, God, Spirit, the divine, whatever you want to call it, okay? Yeah, it's co-creating with you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you think or desire, it's gonna bring it to you in some shape or form. You know what I'm saying? Even the things that we don't want for ourselves, you know, if we focus on them hard enough, we're gonna end up experiencing them. An example would be, let's say you can't pay your car note, you know, and you're constantly worried about your car getting repoed. You know, more than likely your car's gonna end up getting repoed. You know, sorry to say it. If you're focusing on that instead of focusing on, okay, my car's not gonna get repoed, I'm gonna work this out, I'm gonna find a way, you know, to avoid that from happening. You know, the universe or God or whatever you want to call it, it's going to hear that and it's going to find different ways for you to connect with that outcome, for you to connect with the finances or whatever, you know, to keep your car from getting repoed. You know what I'm saying? And, something that I heard, you know, I've heard a lot of Christians say, and I mean, Christians, of course, are not the only people to use this, but these are the people that, you know, have taught me this saying or whatever, right? And it's that God uses people. You know what I'm saying? God isn't always going to drop something in your lap. Sometimes it's going to come through other people in your lives, people that you bump into, right? We, you know, we're social and we need each other. You know what I'm saying? In one of my previous messages, right, I talked about seemingly coincidences, like bumping into somebody, right, and how just a random, excuse me, just that random, just that random interaction that may only took like 60 seconds, right, could change the course of your life and that person's life, and you don't even know each other, and it wasn't, it wasn't like, hey, I'm bumping into you today so I can help change your life and send you on this direction that you need to go. It was just like random. It didn't seem like it had any connection at all, right? So it can be in that kind of way, and sometimes it can be in a way where, you need something and someone calls you out the blue and they have the answers for you. Or it can be a situation where you have people in your life that, you may not think of them as someone, that can help you out with that situation, but, you tell them about your situation and they are able to help you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm saying that to say don't discount your connections that you have in your life, right? A story that comes to mind for me, and I don't want to get too far off base with this, but it is connected. So let me share this right quick. You probably heard the story before about the pastor, right? He's in a small town or whatever, the flood coming. The sheriff comes to the church and lets him know, hey, listen, there's a flood coming. It's going to be real bad. We're going to evacuate the town. All right. And the pastor's like, oh, no, I'm going to be good. I'm going to stay here in my church. God's going to save me. So, the rain starts pouring down really bad. You can see the water's rising maybe like 2 inches or whatever. The sheriff comes back. He has a van with a bunch of people. He's like, listen, we're getting out of town right now. It's getting real bad. You want to hop in this van with us and let's go. And the pastor, I'm sorry, I got a little bit of something in my throat. Pastor's still like, no, I'm going to stay here with my church. God's going to save me, right? The sheriff cannot convince him to leave, so he stays there, and the sheriff hops in the van, with the people that want to evacuate, and they go. Rain's still pouring down. It's getting higher and higher. So the pastor, he moves to the second floor of the church, the higher level, to kind of get out of the water, and some people come by in a boat to rescue him, and they're like, hey, you want to get out of there? You know what I'm saying? This water's not going to stop rising, we're like the last boat in town. You want to get out of here? Pastor's like, no, God's going to save me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all right. So he stays with the church. The water continues to rise. Next thing you know, the pastor, he's on the roof of the church. He's on the roof, and a helicopter comes, and they're like, hey, listen, we evacuated the whole town. You're the only person left. We're trying to get everybody out of here, make sure they're safe. Hop on. And pastor still refuses to leave. And he ends up drowning in the flood. He gets to heaven. And he gets to heaven. And goes to God, and he's like, God, I've been a loyal servant. I stayed with the church, and I prayed, and for you to save me. You didn't save me. I drowned. Why didn't you save me? And God was like, I did. I tried to save you. I sent you a warning, sent you a bus, sent you a boat, sent you a helicopter. And I think that story is relevant because we act like that pastor sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It could be because we're used to hearing no. It could be because of people in our lives that betrayed us or mistreated us, and now we don't trust anybody. We just want to do everything on our own. It could be for other reasons. But we end up suffering on our own, and when we're not when we're not receiving those solutions, those blessings that we're expecting, you know, it can put us at a place where we become angry. You know, we can become angry with Source. We can begin to doubt ourselves, you know, or we can just ruin ourselves and just end up feeling sorry for ourselves, you know. And I say all that to say, don't do that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you have people in your life, if you're in a situation where you're hurting, you know what I'm saying? Whether that's financially, mentally, whatever, right? You have people in your life, people that, you know, you can trust, of course. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to them and get that help. You know what I'm saying? If you see, you know, if you're praying for an opportunity or for a door to open for you, and you see doors are opening, you know what I'm saying? Don't, of course, you know, you use discernment, but don't doubt everything that comes your way. You know what I'm saying? The thing about good things in life don't come easily, that's bullshit. That's bullshit, you know? And because you're expecting life to be hard, it is hard for you, you know? Look for those synchronicities, look for those opening doors, for those people in your life, you know? And like I said, use discernment with everything. One of the ways, a quick technique that I learned from my teacher is to breathe. You know, use your breath. You know, breathe in, hold the breath for a little while, see what you feel inside, and then breathe out. You know what I'm saying? Those negative energies and those thoughts, those feelings, right? And tap in with what you're feeling inside. You know what I'm saying? Usually, if the reason for you, when you're making a decision, right? The reason for you saying no is based more in fear, it's based in doubting yourself, you know, then that lets you know that that's not your higher self, not your spirit communicating with you. If it's more of a feeling of, you know, something, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving it those reasons. You're not attaching it to a past fear. You know what I'm saying? A doubt that has to do with a person, place, or thing that you're familiar with, because that's what your ego does, right? It can only, your fears usually come from something that you have some kind of an emotional attachment to, right? Not saying that the good things don't. They do, but like I said, it's a different vibration. When it's fear, it's low. When it's, you know, when it's just like neutral or it's a good feeling, then it's a yes. All right, I hope that made sense. But yeah, maybe I'll go into that deeper sometime, you know, and share like the breathing technique and whatnot. But you know, I just wanted to say, as always, be graceful with yourself, right? And don't block your blessings. You know what I'm saying? Don't block your blessings. Be open to, the universe trying to give you all those things, that abundance, that peace, that joy, that good health that you're praying for, that you're asking for. You know what I'm saying? It's there, it's available to you all the time. You just have to tap in. And if you, for most of your life, you've been in a place where you're not used to tapping in like that, you know, it's going to be difficult at first. You know what I'm saying? You're going to resist it because you're used to life being a certain way with you, and that's all based on the programming that you've accumulated over your years of life, you know. And where you're going is someplace you've never been before, so you got a lot of shit to break through, you know. This is something I know is so true for myself. You know, I want change, I want greater, but I hold myself back, you know, and it's subconscious. You know what I'm saying? It's subconscious. It's insidious because we do it and sometimes we don't even see it. It can be something as the smallest falling into a habit, you know, saying that you're doing something. I'm sorry, man, my throat is just today. The temperature dropped overnight, and I was outside in the elements yesterday, so last night, and got to me a little bit. But what was I saying? Fuck, I hate when I do that. Yeah, just don't hold yourself back. Don't do that. It's not good. All right. Yeah, I've been going on for a little while now. 17 minutes. Hey, on record, this is probably my longest, my longest message. I've actually had longer, but there was a lot of editing, so it went from like 20 minutes to 10. This one is not going to be edited. Well, maybe a little, but just a little, like in the beginning. But you know what I'm saying? You won't miss anything. Everything that I said, when I said it, it's going to be right here in this video. Mistakes and all. So, yeah. For those of you that are doubting yourself, still holding yourself back, push through. You know what I'm saying? Push through like me. You know, push through. So looking for something to share, something to say, but that's it. Just push through. All right. As always, sending you lots of love, wishing you good health, prosperity, joy, in your life. Okay. With that said, love you. Peace.